Hello, my friends. This is Peter Palmiotti, and this is Making Comics and Art, episode 267. The road ahead. Let's see if I can. Well, I guess that's good. Okay. So I mentioned previously that I thought I'd be gone for a week. Well, turns out I'm going to be gone for 2 months. And by gone, I mean a different location. So, without getting into too many specifics, it's for family, and I'm needed elsewhere. You know, I have 3 older brothers, and their families and are all located in Florida, so that's where I'll be. No exact date as of right now. But I'll find out when I find out. But might be next month, might be November. So either October, November, or November, December, something like that. I'm pretty much a homebody, and I've been on a roller coaster emotionally of late. And while I'll have a lot of free time, I'll still be in sort of in demand. So I've been thinking about what I can accomplish. Hey, Dirk, welcome. What are you up to this morning? So, while I could bring artwork to work on, like work on Designated, which I'm working on right now, kind of don't want to bring my studio, because I'm not going to be able to 100% focus on whatever I'll be up to. I'm sorry to be vague, but it's a family matter. Everybody's fine and whatnot, but I'm needed. So I thought, like, one of the things I always wanted to do is write a novel, and while horror isn't my biggest love, I kind of thought of an initial idea. Oh, cool. Trying some King Cryptid fan art. Awesome. Yeah, horror isn't necessarily my first love. It is something I've read a lot of horror. Specifically, I'm like, if I'm a fan of any author, it's Stephen King, and obviously, like, most of what he's written is horror. And I just thought of this sort of an idea the other day. Based on some past personal experiences. He came up with an initial idea for a story, and I'm like, yes, I want to dive into that. So I think what I'll do is, while I'm away for 2 months, is work on a novel. If I write out an outline either before I head out or while I'm out there, and then, like going on the sort of Stephen King method, I believe it is. If I work on it 4 hours a day for 2 months, I should pretty much be able to wrap up a full novel. I'm not looking to write some 600 or 1,000 page ompus. It's just a sort of a fun story. So maybe 300 pages. I don't know. I've dabbled in writing back when I was in school and afterwards and whatnot, as far as writing a novel. So I think I got a handle on it now, to where I can write out the first draft and then work with an editor until it's cleaned up and workable. And I could even do the cover art and maybe some interior illustrations. We'll see. But that would be a productive way to spend my time that wouldn't take all my time. That would just be one of the things. Another thing is I do want to improve my penciling, so I can, I got a stack of art books, how to, Burn Hogarth and Tim Sale and a whole bunch of how to do this, how to do that, how to draw better, and blah blah blah. Even Klaus Janson, and that's one of the things I could work on without being under pressure, because that's one of the main things I'm going to be focused on. I don't want to take any work where I'll be stressed. If I'm sort of writing a novel, I won't have to get hardcore with it if I'm just writing a first draft. And if I'm reading up on how to improve my artistic skills, that would be no pressure. Hey, it's ASAP and Imagination. Welcome. So yeah, the main thing will be to, whatever I do out there, sort of make it pressure free. So writing a novel is one thing, improving my artwork is another thing I could be doing. And depending on what I get done between now and the time I have to leave, I can plan to focus on working on my coloring skills. And ASAP says, hope you're well. Yeah, I'm doing fine. It's like I mentioned, a bit of a roller coaster emotionally, like so many things going on last couple months. You can always watch older videos and learn pretty quickly what's been going on. Dirk says, Burn Hogarth is one of my faves. Yep. I've had the Bern Hogarth books probably back when I was in high school. I picked up some new editions of that. So it would be good to refresh and really read through them from cover to cover. Because being an anchor for over 30 years, I can make any artwork look slick, but I really want to work on my foundations, like and really get much better with my anatomy. I was talking to a friend of mine about backgrounds, and pretty much I could fake anything artistically speaking, like buildings or guns or whatever, cars, scenery. When it comes down to what I need to focus on, it would be definitely figure work and anatomy. And when I get around to drawing counter pages, I'll focus on really my style, because it's there, it's there somewhere. And it comes out when I do more and more artwork. And because I'll probably bring a laptop, and I'll bring my new iPad. Maybe I can do some fan art like Dirk. that is definitely one of the things I want to do more of as well, as a means to bring in money, but also do finished work. And since I'll be applying myself to working on coloring, it's more getting to know sort of color programs better, because I have a basic fundamental understanding of how things work, but really to just work on that, and that's something I can play around with the programs, and if I'm called away on a second's notice, I could drop and get back to later. If I bring artwork, or plan to bring comic work out there, I know I won't be 100% focused on it, and I don't do my best work if I'm like doing a little bit here and there. And so I'm trying to think things that will keep me busy while I'm out there, but won't stress me out. So so I'll work on my artistic skills, or I'll work on doing some fan art, work on learning coloring, and I'll attempt to write a novel. I already have a friend of mine who's interested in being sort of an editor that I can toss her stuff her way, and she could look it over and give me feedback and all that. So like that's the easy part, like what I'll be up to while I'm away. And Dirk says, I've been going through some stuff too. It's been a tough couple of months. Keep fighting a good fight. That's how heroes are made. Yeah, sorry to hear, man. Sorry to hear you going through some stuff. It's like, I know it's not easy out there lately for a lot of people. But yeah, we just gotta keep fighting the good fight and keep at it, because things will eventually get better. So yeah, that's the easy part, thinking about what I'll be up to when I'm away. Not having a exact date. Don't know how much time I'll have to accomplish things between now and then. But right now, one of the things I'm trying to do now is get back into penciling every day. So posted a couple of things on my usual Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I'm going to try to draw every day. Even if it's a little bit, I'll post that stuff. But I'll be doing fan art now as well, coming up. I mentioned probably in the last video or recently that a friend of mine said, do some fan art of characters that people know you already worked on, like Aquaman. Worked on X-Men back in the day, did a little work on Punisher, and really like the first thing I did for Marvel back in the day was I inked a couple of pages from Marvel Comics Presents. I know Iron Fist was in it. I forget who else, if there was another character in it. Maybe Ghost Rider. Not sure. But yeah, just do some fan art, not only to work on my skills, but also pull in some money, sell some original artwork. Because this puts me in a particular situation where I don't really want to take on new work, because that would, because my schedule will not be my own. And like I said, I might have to be called away on a moment's notice. And I don't want to screw up other people's schedules. And I want to get on top of my own work. So one of the things I'm going to be focusing on is retro. I do have concerns as far as bringing an income between here and there. While I'm away, I won't have money concerns. So it's only between now and then that I will. So that does put me in a good situation. Hey, CB Smallwood, welcome. Upward and onward, always, man. Yeah, it does put me in a particular situation where, while I do have to focus on just making enough to cover my overhead, pay for my own needs as well as my cats. Won't have to stress about it too much. And while I'm away, I already have a place to bring my cats, which is our local rescue just outside of my town that I live in. So they will be taken care of, and I won't have to worry about them. I've done it before with them for short term. This will be a little longer. 2 months is a long time away from your pets. But I know they'll do fine, and they'll be looked after and loved on. I'm also going to make sure, like, I have 2 strays right now that are pretty damn regular. I'm going to hopefully get the rescue to take them in as well, and foster them until they could find homes for them. Because while they are strays, they've become pretty dependent on me feeding them of late. Seems like I can't get rid of them at this point. And it's Meow Meow, who actually I got fixed earlier this year, I think it was. It's a female striped cat, real sweetheart, and she deserves a good home. And she's been pretty comfortable about coming in my place and even hanging out for a little bit. She's been comfortable around my cats. She's a little bit of a biter in a good way. She's playful. And then the other stray is a Siamese cat, who I call Pudgy. And Pudgy's a little freaked out on coming indoors. Probably been a stray most of his life, it seems. But I think after a little bit of an adjustment period, he'll do fine, because he always wants me to pet him almost every time I see him outside. So he does get along with other cats. He does, get along with people. It's just a matter of helping him through a sort of adjustment period. So yeah, while I'm away, there won't be any cats, coming to my door looking to be fed, if I can get them picked up by the rescue. Because, that's a concern of mine. So yeah, it's just a matter of however much time I have between now and the time I have to leave to move to Florida. I'm going to keep this apartment. I'll pay rent while I'm gone. So I'll have this to come back to. Even though I'm in the big picture, I'm looking to get out of here. It won't be a problem to just pay rent while I'm gone, keep my stuff here, and have it to come back to. Because 2 months is a short time, but it's also a long time. My landlord won't have a problem with me being gone. I might, since I won't be bringing my computer, I'll just be bringing my laptops. I have a couple. Bring my iPad. But I might decide to leave my computer, maybe even my printer scanner, over at a friend's place, just in case, on the off chance that somebody decides to be an asshole and break into my place while I'm gone. Because, people see an opportunity, notice I'm not around, might decide, hey, other than that, I have nothing of real value. I mean, they could take all my comics. They could take my clothes. They could take my, whatever. I don't give a shit. I could replace everything, but if they get into my computer, they'll have access to my bank information and all that. So I don't want that to happen. And the printer scanner it's just a valuable piece of equipment. It's like I have a TV, but TVs can replaced. I'm not even freaking using it really at the moment. But yeah, I'll focus on retro. I'll do everything but coloring. So while I'm away, I can dabble or at least lay down flats on the pages. Maybe get it done. Who knows? If that happens, then maybe I can go into production of fulfillment while I'm away. But I'm not going to guarantee that. But at least, maybe I can get majority of things done while I'm away. So that when I come back, I can finish out everything as far as issue 1 of retro and get that fulfilled finally after all these years. I know it's been a goddamn too long time, but life has just been a series of ups and downs, and money's always been concerned, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I feel like everything's an excuse. And, but I've been trying to stay in the business and keep a roof over my head, and being freelance is not always easy. Pandemic and a book deal that I had that fell through, that would have paid for everything. I would have been able to take months off, but if I actually do succeed in writing a novel while I'm away, then I will crowdfund that, and who knows, maybe I can make a decent buck from that, and also I'll be able to, once fulfillment of retro is done, whenever that be, I can do an IGG for that, which I think will be a much bigger hit than the previous Kickstarter, because I'll be actually having a finished product this time. And then I can dive into all the things that are next, which will be a freaking blast at this point in time. And then I could just, focus on getting project after project done and have a much more clear vision of how to move forward. Because it's just, I just feel like things have been out of my control and out of hand, and it would be nice to be focused and work in a realistic progression, as opposed to like just grasping at straws, which I feel like I've been doing for the past couple of years to a certain extent. It's definitely made progress in certain things. I know crowdfunding, 10% better now than I did back in 2019 when I, crowdfunded the first issue for retro. I improved my inking skills and actually worked on a lot more talented people. And I want to just keep doing it. I want to keep improving my inking skills, mostly what I'm known for, but also work on my writing skills and work on my penciling skills, and actually start doing some serious coloring, because I'll be above and beyond finishing like the pile of projects I got in the works. I'll be focused on doing retro as a series, and I'll be writing, penciling, inking, coloring upcoming issues, because that will be an ongoing series, and if I get things going really well, if I get to a point where I'm turning out a couple of those books a year, that could be my whole income. And if I choose to do, inking for somebody else, then that would just be bonus. So that is the picture of things coming up, and it's sort of a little bit of a drag to get knocked off my schedule again, because I just wanted to finish a couple of projects this year, and it looks like there's a possibility I might not finish anything this year. It might be early next year. But when I start finishing some projects, it will be a lot easier going forward, and I'll be on top of things a lot better. So yeah, I'm gonna sort of shift to improving my skills and finishing a few things, focused more on retro, because I as it stands, I have the last page of the book to finish inks on. I have a pinup to finish inks on. I have another pinup that I promised that I haven't gotten the pencils to. I'm not penciling it. It was a friend of mine, but he's got a full-time job now. He works 6 days a week, so I might have to get another artist to pencil the pinup that I promised, and hopefully not too many people will be upset. I think really when it comes down to it, it was more me getting a friend of mine who's an artist on my campaign more than people requested him. He's not a popular name, so we'll see how that goes. We'll see if he's available and has time to do it. But if not, I'll get somebody else, and I'll fulfill my promises. Because while I'm not doing alternate covers for my project, there will be a small stack of prints. So just to mention what I'm actually working on. So this is designated. This is, it was chosen few, and originally it's called designated now. This is from issue 3. I haven't finished issue 2 inks, but I'll get to that in a second. I have a couple of pages I started inks on. This one, not so much, but this is a cool page, and I just wanted to jam this out. Now, typically, what I do when I ink a page is I do the borders first. Now, unfortunately, because I've been out of commission both mentally and physically for over a month, yet again, my rapidiographs are all jammed up, and I have to do a real cleaning of all that. So I haven't done the borders. I haven't, done what I typically do. So at the moment, I'm just going over some blacks, because I am a little rusty is a word. There are other words to quantify what I feel like I'm at. It's just good to be getting back into the flow of things. And yeah, I'll get more specific about what I'm working on shortly. But yeah, so I got 2 pages from issue 3. I'm going to finish first, and then I'm going to focus on issue 2, which I believe it's something like 7 pages that need to be inked. So I'll finish the 7 pages next. Then I can focus totally on issue 3. Now this, this all goes to say that, what I accomplished of it remains to be seen before I have to head out to Florida for 2 months. So we'll see. I was previously thinking not too long ago, before I knew I'd be gone for 2 months rather than a week. I was considering crowdfunding designated again, but that is sort of up in the air, because I don't need to be crowdfunding again before I leave, and I definitely can't focus on crowdfunding while I'm gone. Now, things may change, but this is my feelings on it right now. So I think the best option will be to crowdfund once I return, when it's good time to crowdfund. So that may be in February as opposed to, before the end of this year. But nothing is set in stone, and sort of just winging it as best as I can. I'm in communication with Mark Torres, the creator writer of Designated, and maybe his situation will improve, and maybe he'll be able to set up a crowdfunder and be able to promote it as well. I'm not sure. One of the things I'm not sure about is, while I'm away, I'll more than likely have internet. That's not 100% sure on that. I'll have some kind of internet. So, I'll have my phone with me, and at the very least, I'll have internet via that. So if I set up, the basics on my phone, because right now I'm not connected to my socials on my phone, because I like to use it more as a phone. But just for the temporary convenience of everything, if that's the only place I have internet, maybe I can do some short streams just to touch base with my friends and fans, keep people updated on where things are at. So I'll be able to post on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and do some quick short videos maybe. So while I'm away, I'll be in the company of others, and I don't want to make it about me while I'm away. I'll be serving a purpose and looking after things for others. So yeah, I'll at least be able to keep in touch and receive messages. I think, well, on my iPad, I already hooked up my email there, so I'll be able to check my email, and I'll set up Messenger, and the other things. So I'll be able to receive messages and keep in touch with, my close friends for sure. So right now, I think it's pretty much guaranteed. I at least do have a couple of weeks before I'll be traveling out to Florida and living there for a while. So yeah, I can't plan exact things and know exactly what's going to go down. But like I said, this is sort of opportunity to really, for me, to get things on track and move forward, and be in a much better space, not only with work and whatnot, but also just really be in a better space mentally after, it's been a tough year altogether. Let's face it. But also recent things, which have gone on about. But yeah, so I'm going to work on this, and the other page, I'm going to be doing some fan art. And I'll be getting into not only when I'm away, but also a little bit before then. I'm going to be focused more on some writing, doing some outlines. I have more ideas for future issues of Retro, and it won't hurt. Especially since I plan to do Retro as an ongoing series, it won't hurt to have an outline and the next couple of issues written before I start getting into penciling, once I've improved my skills and whatnot. But yeah, thank you, everybody. I know, a lot more people watching than have commented in the chat, but thank you for everybody who threw down some comments and said hello. As everybody watching, I hope you all like this video. That always helps people see my streams across the YouTubes. Subscribe if you haven't. Always looking to grow my channel. Please go and watch a lot of my past videos. I would like to get to a point where like I can get super chats and all that. Hey, Tank Ferret. Oh wait, did I click? Yeah, I clicked on the right message. I missed it. Yeah, I'm just ending it now. No. Anyways, go back and watch it. But I plan to stream a lot more, and definitely before I have to head out to Florida. Like I mentioned early, it's for family. I'll be doing something. I'm going to be vague because it's not my story to tell. But just trying to sort of map out my time now before I head out, and then my time away, how I can best take advantage of everything. I'll be streaming. I'll be doing more fan art right now. I'll be working on Designated, so I can get back on track with work. I haven't been doing a heck of a lot of everything this past month. So, be good to get back on track with it all. Love you all. Like I said, subscribe if you